Okay, no intro. All right, where's that? Where's my intro playing?
What was the
intro? No intro playing. Show hi. It's not showing anything.
It's playing. Right.
Is it? I don't see anything. I don't see anything. I don't see anything on the screen. All right. Anyway, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Unpopular Reviews. Nope, not Dynamite. All in review show. I am fumbling everything right now
because you got that damn Giants hat on.
It matches the fit, so that's all that matters to me. I don't give a good dog damn. Anyway, I am the Z Solid Butt. When we talk about AEW, I am elite, but I'm not alone. No. I got the Alpha, the Omega back again, Mr. Mike Knox, and the executive consultant who looks like he fell asleep.
He looks frozen. He looks frozen.
He looks like he fell asleep watching AEW because you know he hates it.
You know, I'm not. We'll talk.
We had a big stacked card for professional wrestling. I will say, with the tragedy of Bray Wyatt, William Rotunda, I think this was a good show, and not just for AEW, but for pro wrestling fans in general. To get that sad news, didn't have to watch SmackDown the next night, and then Collision, and so it as a wrestling community, I think that you needed a big show like this, and I think that AEW delivered. They started out with 0 Hour. We had 2 matches on 0 Hour. One was the FTW Championship with Hook versus Jungle
Perry. Luke
Perry's baby boy, and which was weird because they said he was retiring the thing, and then whatever. And then we got the Ring of Honor Championship on the line. We had Aussie Open versus Better Than You, baby. So I'll start off with the FTW Championship match between Hook and Luke Perry's baby boy. Your thoughts on this, Mike?
Well, I'm a Luke Perry baby boy, Dylan McKay baby boy, that is, fan. So for me, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good show. I thought this match was, it didn't start off the night. The match started off the night was, of course, the tag team title matches. And we'll talk about that in a second. That's what started off the night. But I thought the match was good. I still don't like Hook, no matter what Hook does. I don't understand the appeal of Hook. I'm pissed he got the belt back, but I'm happy yet again the dirt sheets were all wrong because the dirt sheets would have you tell you, remember they were saying, he's going to go to WWE and his contract is up and all that other nonsense that no one thought was ever true come out to be where he just won the FTW title again. A title that's unrecognizable, never been recognizable. But you know what? That's what they like for these 2 young men. I just think Luke Perry is bigger than this, and he's bigger than Hook. So whatever, he gave Hook back his belt. It's his daddy's belt. I guess they're letting his daddy be happy. So good way to, that was the last match going into the pay-per-views. It was pretty good.
EC, any thoughts on that? Nope, he hated it. You're muted.
No, what are you talking about? The FTW thingy? I didn't see it. So 0 Hour, I was a little predisposed, so I didn't get a chance to see it. It was Hook and Jack Perry. So it sounds like something I really would have been interested in anyway. I thought last time I checked that they retired the FTW Championship.
Exactly.
I heard you mention it. So it's like I'm a little confused by it, but it's AEW. They have to have as many championships in there as they have as many people in that stadium. I don't understand. So Hook won. Congratulations. I think if somebody said they were surprised, they thought Jack Perry should have picked up the W. Personally,
of course Jack Perry should have picked up Perry. Yeah, Dylan McKay's son. What do you mean?
Right. I don't know who Dylan McKay is.
You should know who Dylan McKay is.
But I will say this. I do believe that they made the right choice. It needed to be Hook. Hook was very popular around this time last year. I'm like you, Mike. I don't understand why, but he's very popular. He was very popular. He needs to get some of that momentum back. This is the perfect way to do it. Jack Perry can take this loss and still elevate himself, or I don't know, maybe get out the company. I don't know. I did read about his altercation with CM Punk, but we'll see.
He should leave and go to where the big boys play and get that production behind him, because they will tell him, they will prove to him that production matters. And his father, Matthew Perry, Dylan McKay, the pimp of all pimps on 90210's son, the reason why people wear Ray-Bans, not because of Men in Black, because of Dylan McKay, his baby boy. Sorry.
Yeah. So for us people who are like 90% of the earth don't know who Dylan McKay is, I can
90% of the earth. 902 know was the biggest freaking teeny bopper show in the 90s. What are you talking about? That's like saying you don't like Friends.
I don't like Friends.
Again, why you're a loser. Can we move on, Dice? He don't like Friends.
Well, the only person who's a loser was Dylan McKay's son, apparently. Anyway, so let's go ahead and talk about the next thing.
well, we had Aussie Open. We had Aussie Open versus MJF and Adam Cole actually started the match, but this was the better match of the two. So that's why I decided to leave it. That's why I decided to leave it. What? Am I lying?
How dare you disrespect 902.0 thingy? It's a crime. You know what I'm saying? Where's Dirty Dom? You're about to share a jail cell. Okay, that's fine. Actually, you know what? I'm
What are you talking about? I didn't say anything.
Take that shit off. Take that shit off because I'm about to rant. I'm about to rant.
I didn't say nothing.
I said a couple weeks ago, not you, Mike. I said a couple weeks ago that the current landscape of tag teams in professional wrestling is the best I've ever seen.
I remember that bullshit you said. I remember that.
It was not bullshit. It was the facts. Why? Because you have great teams like Aussie Open, the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions.
Get this man's face off the screen.
Now,
what?
That being said, Aussie Open's a great team.
Great. Good? Or great? Great?
Okay. So here's how I want to. I like to teach, right? I like to consult because I'm the executive.
Teach one, teach one. Go ahead.
Right. So this is a straight line, right?
Oh God.
It doesn't interfere. It just keeps going straight. However, I notice when I'm talking and it's against Mike's point, it's kind of flip flop some way because I can't get my point across because you got to interrupt me. Let me finish talking and tell you why Aussie Open is a great tag team.
It falls off. The straight line ends.
I can't even finish it. I need to contact Human Resources or something. I don't know what's going on. I want to finish why Aussie Open is a great tag team in 2023 that was just disrespected because these best friends are a popular team. It makes no sense to me. Aussie Open deserved that victory. Adam Cole and MJF didn't need that victory. They didn't even need a freaking match. The match sold itself before it was even made with 80,000 people, the largest paid attendance in wrestling. I don't get it. But it's a travesty. It's a crime. Aussie Open deserves those tag team titles. Give it back to him.
In defense of being against Aussie Open, it's the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. It doesn't matter. Nobody gives a good dog damn about them. You forget they even exist.
Can you say that one more time, please? Nobody gives a what?
Nobody gives a good dog damn. See what I did there? Nobody cares about those tag titles, man.
That's not true.
He said that's not true.
There are a lot of people who care about those tag titles.
Like who?
I'm sure they're around somewhere. Check on Twitter. There's got to be somebody. I can tell you right now, it ain't me, but I'm sure somebody else likes them.
Oh God. Moving along. We start off the actual show. This is a lot of wrestling.
Yes.
We start off the actual show in which I said if you come to Wembley, you got to come out with a banger. And banger they came with. CM Punk, the real world champion versus Samoa Joe.
I'm sorry, it's just so funny.
That match.
You forgot to mention that Samoa Joe is the Ring of Honor television champion.
The king of television, CM Punk calls him.
Listen, looking at the shot and the reaction of the crowd when CM Punk's music hit, amazing. First of all, Wembley looks crazy. Like, it looks crazy because like the way that you normally look at a WWE event, and the way that the spacing is with the different rows and the sections, and you can see the sections, like how divided they are, but it's still really huge and really packed. And for them to pan out the camera and like look at everything, I'm like, shit, that's what 80,000 like that over there look like. No, don't look too bad. But I did see a lot of empty seats there, so I don't think they were sold out.
Do you know someone who goes to wrestling and he can attest to this more than I can because he goes to more bits than I do? Those were some horrible fucking seats. I'm just saying.
I was talking to someone about it. As much as I like the actual stage of All In, I thought the, for lack of a better word, the presentation of how it was presented, the stadium, was a little rough.
When I saw the seating area, I said, all I will ever think about when I see bad seating, if you was at WrestleMania 28 in Miami, was palm trees suck. So I immediately, and DJ, you know this, and you were there, executive consultant, you see who can see outside that's close. If you're back, you're not watching the ring. We have a friend of ours, Referee David, was there. He couldn't see the ring. I mean, he could see the ring, but not worth a picture. You might just watch the TV screen. But I thought, again, with you, it did look amazing. I was still shocked it was that packed. I was still thought any curveball in there. Zia Silent that it's England. I mean,
well, when they're in, let's say Yorktown, Mississippi, and they have a hard time selling 3,000 seats for Dynamite, it is an amazing feel inside to see that they were able to get 81,000 people.
That's why they're going back.
That's exactly why they go back. AEW Chicago likes to go to places, Chicago, where they can sell tickets.
Chicago.
Because when I saw it, I rolled my eyes. Now, granted, hey, go where the money goes, right? And Tony Khan likes spending money because everybody came out with some damn music that he had to pay for. I don't know what's up with him. But hey, if I was worth $9 billion, maybe I'll do the same thing. I don't know. But
sorry, $9 billion? Shit. Hey, Tony, come holler at us.
And I can't wait for us to talk about Mercedes Moné, aka or FKA Sasha Banks, because she was in there looking hot. That's why people bought the tickets.
Sasha Banks was there. I missed that.
I missed that.
Y'all did not see it. She was there. She was there. She was in the crowd.
Where? In the crowd? That don't matter.
Oh,
I know David Sanderson. He was there. I care more about that.
David Sanderson was there, but they didn't show referee David Sanderson. They showed Sasha Banks.
They actually showed her on the screen. What's one of them times I had to hit the replay button?
2 or 3 times. They showed her on screen.
Dice is talking about this amazing opening match with the best in the world. Not named Roman Reigns. Go ahead, DJ.
I just had to look. So yeah, she actually was. She was.
What do you think I was lying?
No, I wanted to see. The actual. I wanted to see the actual shot that they caught of her. That's all.
They put that very
with
picture,
the Wyndham with the Wyndham.
In the chat room, because I said to put the picture back up, because I said the one behind her. Go up, scroll up. Scroll up. Yeah, I said behind. If you just do a quick glance, that looked like referee David Sanderson.
It did for a second, and the guy eating his booger, he got caught eating his booger on the camera.
So either one could be referee David Sanderson. Then.
Oh, David eats his boogers. That's nasty, David. But DJ did say we played a game of Madden. Did we finish playing the game? I don't think we played. I don't remember.
We did.
Anyway, I was like, well, who's going to start this match? And he was like, it has to be CM Punk. I was like, well, I thought Brock Lesnar kind of thing. Well, he's not going to. I thought, the main event's already been pushed. Yeah, you're right. It's them. Yeah. And that crowd, if you're going to pop, I thought this. I'm excited here. I want to talk about these matches. And I know we're doing a lot of, what we're doing right now. But I actually really highly enjoyed this pay-per-view. From the opening match. From even, we didn't talk about, I'm going to go back a little bit, even the contract signing between Powerhouse Hobbs and Miro. I really am enjoying. AEW's problem has been what wrestling fans who are AEW don't want to admit, that wrestling is wrestling is storyline. AEW started to incorporate storylines into their wrestling, and I'm starting to enjoy a lot more. I really enjoyed this pay-per-view. I thought this match to open it off was amazing. I knew who was going to kind of win. Like, you could say that. People say, WWEs are predictable. I think wrestling in general is predictable if you just follow the storyline. You knew Punk was kind of going to win, which shocked me later on when another, fan of his won a match as well. We'll talk about that in a second. But I thought the match was good. Punk bled. Great way to open the match to meet Zia Silent.
It gave me it gave me Undertaker CM Punk vibes. His work in that match with Taker was amazing. His work against Joe tonight was amazing. And I think it's the shaved head. It's when he shaves his head, he puts on really, really good matches. I don't know. Maybe the power's in the less of the hair.
It's the power in the skinhead.
The skinhead power.
Power.
I just didn't like the finish of it. That was the only.
You're right.
I didn't like the finish.
You're right.
The finish was non-believable to me. There's no way that you can lift up Joe and push him backwards, and from the top row. No,
well, we saw him do it, so it was a way. It just we were talking when that match was on. I was like, "Is it over?"
It was more so he needed Joe to do that than him actually lifting him. And I just thought that was kind of a lazy finish. But the match itself I thought it was amazing. Hard hitting is everything that you needed to be to open up something like that. And you are right. I just wish that they boosted the audio of the music a little louder. I couldn't hear most of the theme songs. And
he did say he was worth $9-2 billion, right? Can we get better audio?
Yeah, can we get better audio?
Can we get better audio than that? And guess what? Listen, are we going to hear 81,000 forever? Because that shit's already annoying as shit to me. Because I've been in an arena with more than 81,000 fans, but I had to like literally call executive consultant who's going to go to this this match next and tell me what the fuck's the difference. So he can tell you what I said if he chooses to, but if not, I was just like, WrestleMania's had more than this, but okay.
How much Tony Khan is worth.
Executive consultant, your thoughts on this match? It was a hard
I did not see this match either. I was still in the.
Why are you here?
Because I saw most of the pay-per-view, but CM Punk, Samoa Joe, I'm pretty sure these are two great wrestlers. They went out there to do what they put on a great show.
He had a jacket that had 3 X's on the back.
Yeah, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
What not?
Pornhub?
What do you mean? Hardcore. Okay? Pornhub is overrated. Okay? It's all about RedTube. Okay?
I don't know what RedTube.
Y'all got the same.
All I know is I know the caliber of these two athletes that they went out there and they did their thing. I know it, but no, I didn't see this match.
Second, what we had next, man?
Because I'm here, mofo.
Oh god. Next on the card, what was the second match?
Shit. Oh, I wrote it down. Hold on. It was Bullet Club Gold match.
Okay, that was a little I
don't have the card. Okay, there it is. Yeah.
Got it. Bullet Club Gold. Or whatever.
Golden
Golden Elite. Golden Elite versus Bullet Club Gold. This is probably, in my opinion, the most underwhelming match of the night for me. It was pretty. All right. Looking at these people, right? Looking at these people. You got Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega.
Who the fuck's the other guy? Okay.
Oh, he's good. He's nice.
Yeah, I know that.
These are all workers outside of Juice Robinson.
Juice Robinson is I hate him. Like I hate Matt Cordova.
All of those guys are workers, and I just felt like the chemistry was off. Something was off about that match to me. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. I think Don Callis being on the commentary so much, and as opposed to being outside, where I'm used to seeing him during matches of people, I think that kind of took it away for me a little bit. I think that he would get involved a little bit more. Seeing the history between him and Omega, but he just didn't really. It just fell flat for me personally. EC, did you see this match or no?
I was predisposed.
Change his name to predisposed.
I was predisposed during this match, so I actually did not get to see most of this match. When I showed up, I think Kenny Omega was getting rolled up for 1, 2, 3, so I really didn't see anything but the finish of this match. But I was happy I didn't get to see this match. At least I was not interested in it at all. I'm a big fan of Kota Ibushi. Big fan.
Who?
Kota Ibushi.
Who?
Ibushi. Yes.
A bullshit. Okay. The only thing about this match was great. Y'all should know where I'm going. It's Hangman Adam Page, baby. Why the fuck is he still here? He is too damn good to be held down the way that he is. But that's okay. He's being held down. He's better than Kenny Omega, people. He's better than Kenny Omega. And Bullet Club Gold, I mean, at this point, I think DJ already said the rest of it is like, well, he didn't. I'm a ad-lib on it. Can we just get rid of the name Bullet Club? Like, they're gone. There's no more Bullet Club that people actually love and want to rock a t-shirt for and run the hot top and say, damn, then they got 2 X's. You know? Like Bullet Club Gold? What's golden about them? They must like golden showers. There it is. Bullet Club Gold likes golden showers. winners of this match. I did thought that Don Callizo, for my take, as you would use that word to yourself, it was weird he wasn't in the match as much, especially how this was built. You thought he would have a bigger role in it. I thought his commentary was funny. I really did. And he mentioned like Hurdy Bryan or he used some kind of pun about referencing Daniel Bryan always being hurt. I thought that was hilarious. But the match itself, it was blah. It was definitely blah. And it should not be blah with the talent, in my opinion. Even the bullshit was in the match. They can all, like you said, Dice, they're all workers.
They're all workers.
And it should have been better than this. It just came off. It was, what do you call it? They just didn't dance well together.
Why do you keep disrespecting Ibushi?
Her bullshit?
Let's not act like it. Come on. He's
Anyway,
anyway.
I can't pronounce it.
I want Ibushi.
Ibushi.
No. It's not even. What the hell is his name? I don't know what the damn boy's name is.
It's Kota Ibushi.
Kota Ibushi.
Bullshit. Listen, I want to focus on this because I noticed this as well, Thomas. It was a lot of. I mean, botches are. It's very seldom that we get something to perfection, and that's okay. That is okay. That's why there's errors in baseball. That's why there's turnovers in football and basketball. Errors happen. There's not a single team player has done pitched. I mean, it's very rare. I mean, you can pitch a perfect game. That's the thing. But that's probably the one exception in sports. But the camera angles were really bad. I'm not going to say the angles, but more so the transitions. The transitions from watching a move, and then it's like I see a move happen, and then they just immediately flip to something else. Like we'll get into it, but the Stadium Stampede match, too much, not enough camera. They didn't have enough cameras in that match, and it was everywhere. And I don't want to see. It's nice if I can catch it, but I don't want to see after every move. I don't need to see wrestlers checking on each other. That's when the camera needs to pan away. That's when the cameras need to pan away. It was so much of it. Tony Khan, you got $9 billion. Get some better cameras.
Now we know how much money you make, Tony.
$5 billion, but
we're in your pocket now. We're in your pocket now.
Moving on. Next, we got actually, what do we have? You know what? I'm just going to jump around.
I think it's Stadium Stampede.
It was a Stadium Stampede. Stadium Stampede. That was long.
Yeah, it was.
That was long.
It was that. What's next?
That. First of all, I'm not even going to lie to you. I thought that Santana. I thought he was Juventud Guerrero for a minute.
You stupid. I thought he was I thought he was my man from LAX.
Well, I mean, they're the second coming of LAX.
I really thought he was the dude from the original LAX. I ain't gonna lie, I did.
Like, I was looking, I'm like, who the hell is this? Like, I was like, who? Like, no. First of all, this is probably the most enjoyable Stadium Stampede match that I've watched.
Remember the first one?
Even better than the first one. I mean, it was a lot. It was a lot of shit in this one. It was, first of all, when Penta slammed whatever it was, I don't even know what kebabs, or is that what that was? Like a whole bundle of kebabs or whatever.
Hot dog kebabs?
I don't know. It was like shish kebab. What you put the meat on?
Not hot dogs.
No, not hot dogs.
Okay, shrimp, steak, mushrooms, peppers.
He's right. The tag title match. We'll get to that. Thank you. I thought it was that, but whatever. He banged the joints in Moxley's forehead, and it was just sticking out.
Skewers. Yeah, that was nuts. That's nuts. We were talking off air like Renee Young. You know, I had my thing about Daniel Bella, right? Like there's things his wife won't let him do. I know Renee Young loves being fisted because what she lets her husband do, it's insane. Okay, like they must be. Well, I'm serious here. Like the man had like 9 chopstick skewers hanging out his foot, like Dean Ambrose. I get it, my guy. John Moxley, CZW. I saw you in Philly live. I get it. But at some point when you're making millions, you don't have to do a Mick Foley just to do a Mick Foley. You don't have to do Texas Charlie Terry Funk. We rest in peace to do Terry Funk. You don't have to do that shit.
Said it took 2 minutes for him to bleed, and they timed it. Literally 2 minutes. I had to go back and watch it. It was 2 minutes. You got a 20-minute match. 25-minute match. That was a long match. And for him to be bleeding, man, listen. Did y'all see on the outside somebody got suplexed on Legos? Fuck the glass, fuck the barbed wire. If you suplex me on Legos, we definitely got to fight backstage. Legos hurt, man. It's hurt.
I actually do like the match.
I
thought it was very enjoyable. I love the storyline of Penta getting hurt and then coming back in the all red alter ego. I do. I like corny stuff like that because I miss wrestling being like I can't get with pool hall, bingo hall kind of comedy. The way ECW had a lot of comedy was like I wasn't playing to me. But I dig that he got hurt, was mad he got hurt, and came back as a whole different dude because they wanted to make sure that he did his shtick and got him through the table off the ladder. Like you're right. I don't think it was better than the first one, Stadium Stampede. But we talked about the last two; they were kind of really shitty. I really enjoyed this match, and I thought they did a very, very good job. Very, 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 very good job. That's 5 berries. Shout out to Booker T 5 times.
I think that everybody got their
showing
shine.
the camera.
Everybody had a nice everybody had nice shine. Everybody had nice spots. And what I was talking to in camera work, it was Ortiz and I think it was Orange Cassidy. He was suplexing him off from one outside corner to the other through the tables. And as soon as they landed, the camera was right there, and you can literally look at them and see he was like, I'm all right. He tapped like the camera's in his face. The camera's in his face.
I've said this stuff before. That's production's fault.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's production's fault because if you think you fuck somebody up, you're going to say, hey, you okay?
Yeah.
Hey, you're right.
Like, literally, Ortiz just like grabbed his neck, tapped it a few times, like, I'm okay. All right, now that I know he's okay, like, all right, forget that spot. The scariest part of the match for me, well, it wasn't scary, but I was concerned as a fan, is when that ladder broke. That was nuts. The ladder, they're up on the ladder. First of all, you should have known the ladder was trash when Homeboy had to hold it. I've never seen anybody had to hold a ladder on concrete. He had to hold the ladder, and as soon as pressure was about to get the whole thing, the legs just. And then I don't know what he did. Did he get a new ladder? I don't know. It was like 5 seconds, 10 seconds later, they're both on the ladder again. I'm like, did the ladder just break? Like the legs just collapsed. Like, but the spot was dope. I just think that Santana, he hit his head in the wrong spot of the table. I think it was like more so the outside. So he definitely caught that the metal that's under the table. He definitely probably caught that. But all in all, like I said, I love the match. I usually don't like a bunch of everywhere matches, but for me, I liked it. Still kept me intrigued for the night. Well, the day. EC. I'm sorry, were you indisposed?
So
definitely
this match had too much going on for me.
It's a Stadium Stampede match.
Never said I liked it. That doesn't negate what I said. It had too much going on for me. It was just a lot. That's the negative I had with it. The positive of it is what was said about 2 minutes ago, and I completely agree. I think everybody got to shine in. I think they actually utilized everybody, even from a woman driving a van into the stadium to help out. I really think it was really well done. This is the star of the match to me is my guy that I like so much, and that's Mr. Orange Cassidy. I just feel like when you talk about storyline, this man knows how to tell that story in the ring, which is why he has had that championship for so long and why he really was the one that got the pin. I just thought it was just a phenomenal showing from Orange Cassidy, but everybody really got to shine, even Antonio Cesaro, the Ring of Honor World Champion. I always remember if he don't, so I have to throw that out there. But besides that, I thought the match was enjoyable, but it was a little bit too much for me. I mean, a lot going on. I don't understand why they do some of those spots. I just, I'm concerned about their longevity and their health. You after wrestling is over, which people retire, most of the time people retire at a younger age, you have to think about all the rest of your years of your life, and you going out there doing those kind of matches all the time. I'm talking to you, Dean Ambrose. I really hope that you tone it down a little bit, but I mean, I'm glad to see that you're doing that to try to entertain the fans and the 81,000 fans that were there.
I will say that I agree. I think Orange Cassidy would be the MVP of this match. Definitely saw some things out of Orange Cassidy that I was not expecting. The orange punch with the glass, I thought that was a pretty dope way to What's that? Was that? Is that?
That's me giving a thumbs down to Orange Cassidy.
Oh, he's a hater. It's
fine. I mean, after a while, the boy is undeniable. So I can't. I didn't like him at first, but it's all right. It's all right with me. So I thought he was.
I didn't like him at first either. I thought he was a joke. I was sick of tired of seeing him, but then I really paid attention to his work. The man's very, very good. So shout out to Orange Cassidy.
I'm only doing thumbs down because if he was in WWE, people would tell you how bad he sucked. But I actually like him, to be completely honest with you. I'm not even bullshitting. Like I hated him like you guys did at first, and I started to watch the growth of it and how it you know, he's a trooper. He goes through it. He, you know what I mean? I just believe in, like, there are certain times the internet will draw me somewhere different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the way that they have, if this gimmick, I truly believe that in my heart, was somewhere else, they wouldn't like it. You know what I mean? And that just kind of bothers me. You know what I mean? So, you know, but that's anything that's not WWE. So it's cool. Orange Cassidy, he's all right. He did his thing, but I'm giving my money to Penta for this match.
Fair enough. Now, backtracking to what we skipped over. The AEW World Tag Team Championships, FTR versus the Young Bucks. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty sure that any wrestling fan that immediately saw the trouble that Cash got into said they're going to lose these titles. I was one of the people who was like, oh, Valerie? Days before? Book them, Dano. Them titles is gone. They were not. I did the right team win. Remains. I thought the Young Bucks wrestled their asses off, but obviously you need a good dance partner. I think they all four had chemistry in that ring. The ending was dope. Could have been cleaned up a little bit, but he got launched in the air. I mean, I think he jumped too high. And boy, he almost landed. He was turned this way. I don't think his body's supposed to have been like that. But it was about 9 super kicks in that match. Super kicks, they just ain't the same no more. Super kick, super kick, super kick, super kick. We can't even call it sweet chair music no more. It's a prolonged super kick. However, I will say the spots between Dax and I think it was Matt, when Dax was doing the suplexes, held on with the suplex, then did them again. But then Matt he likes to do the northern, where he flips over, flips back, goes again, flips up, and like you could see Dax was literally guillotining, trying to stop him, and he literally picked him. I thought that was a pretty dope spot in the match. Top 5, are these guys top 5 in as far as your wrestling tag teams? EC, are you gonna go that far?
I would never throw Young Bucks in my top 5 anything.
Today.
It's just not happening. It's just not happening. Won't happen. FTR, I don't find them entertaining at all. However, I will not deny they're a very good tag team. But Young Bucks, no, never in life. Don't like them. Never will be a fan. So overrated. I can't tell you how much they're overrated. Matter of fact, let me look at some synonyms for overrated.
What?
I didn't think they were going to lose the titles because of the drama. They try to be anti the network. I thought when Punk won, they would lose because we're doing one for you, you're doing one for us kind of thing, where we know about the backstage issues and politics between the different factions. That's why you have a collision show and I have a dynamite show. My second favorite match of the night was these guys. I think FTR is I think they're the 3rd best tag team in the world. I really do. I think Vince McMahon, whoever let them go, made a terrible mistake. I am a old school wrestling fan. In the words of JR, I've said this, they come out to the music. They have constantly reminded me. He said he reminded them of the Midnight Express. To me, they remind me 100% of the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, which is Arn and Holy Anderson. I like the old school wrestling in them. I think because of that, that's why they are so over. Super kicks, I mean, I used to be a huge Bucks fan. I would say now it's become of a trend, and so they're not as entertaining because you just know what they're going to do all the time. You know the super kicks are coming. You know the kiss is coming. You know what I mean. But I thought it was cool how they did each other's finishing move and kicked out.
Mm-hmm.
And for what it's worth, I know I'm going to go down a slippery slope and be in a boat by myself without a paddle. When I say this, to not like the Young Bucks is not to like the Hardys. They're a poor man's copy of the Hardys. The Hardys, why I've always thought Matt was better than Jeff, could wrestle. Jeff could just do crazy things in the ring. I think that's the Bucks. They just do crazy things in the ring. But I think these four guys do dance well together, for what it's worth. It's just I wonder whose ego is going to overcome what. And so tonight I was very shocked by FTR winning. But like I said, I mean, you take when I say currently, right? So currently there's no Usos. Currently, the New Day is not who the New Day used to be. So currently, with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, I gotta say currently, the best tag team in the world is FTR. So I think the right team won because of that. So
yeah, hold up. First of all, let me go ahead and say this. Exaggerated or estimated, hyped up, puffed up, overpriced, overpaid, overpromoted, pumped up. Those are 8 synonyms to describe the Young Bucks, okay? I've been waiting respectfully to say that. That's 1. 2, FTR is a tremendous tag team. They're just boring to me. They always have been boring to me. And they
you hate traditional wrestling. I've learned that about you today.
False.
It's not false.
False.
You hate Bret Hart and you hate FTR.
I'm not a fan of Bret Hart. Bret Hart was boring.
You just said FTR was boring.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily traditional wrestling. Is what
it is exactly. So you hate the British Bulldogs.
Bret Hart does not necessarily.
You hate the British Bulldogs.
I never said I hate the British Bulldogs.
I asked you a question. I said, do you hate the British
Bulldogs?
I
do not hate the British Bulldogs. I don't like Bret Hart because I don't find Bret Hart to be entertaining. I always felt he was a little bit dry for me. I'm not saying his matches were not good. I won't say entertaining. We're not good because everybody knows I have a lot of favorite matches that Bret Hart was involved with. Right?
Did you like the Four Horsemen with Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson?
Yes. FTR, I find to be boring. I also find them to be crybabies, right? The reason how come they left WWE is because they felt like they weren't being treated well. At the same time, how can you not be treated well when you're a multi-time tag team champion? Multi-time tag team champion.
I'm going to tell you why.
Raw, SmackDown, tell me.
Because in the construction and how it was constructed at the time they were tag team champions, they were not being displayed. They were tag team champions that people did not even know they were tag team champions.
Let me
rebuttal that. You will come out and go, oh, wow, they're still the tag team champions?
Let me rebuttal that. Who were the tag team champions? Because I think I asked this question before. And during the time of FTR, the Revival were there. You had the Usos.
New Day.
You had the New Day. You had the freaking Bar. All right? Mm-hmm. Where are you putting the Revival? Because Revival, as we talk about it, are not they're not selling tickets like the other 3 teams that I mentioned. They're not selling merchandise.
Let me tell
you why they won tonight. Because they were going to go back to WWE.
That was about 3 months ago. Yes, they were.
AEW gave them those titles in order to keep them because once again they were going around saying we were not being treated right. We were not getting what we deserve. That's what fans. That's what these fans today do. This is their MO. This is what they do because they're in their mind. There's nothing wrong with that. Because Lord knows we got 3 of the biggest egos on the show right now. Lord knows, right? Yeah, you too, Z.
What?
Yeah, you too, Mike. Let's keep it a buck, okay? All right, keep it a buck, right? Like we have. How does his ultimate hater, the executive consultant, talk to us? What are you talking about? I'm letting you know the truth, man.
How we changed the room?
This match was not that. This match was. I was looking for Tony Khan. I don't like AEW tag team matches. I don't like AEW tag team matches. I can't stand it. Why do you book your AEW tag team matches when there's no 5-second count? Like they all might as well be tornado tag matches at this point.
I agree with you there.
I hate that. Just if you're going to do it, just go ahead and go for it. I'd rather you say that than sit here and act and fake with Knox in the because that's his name, right? With Knox and the damn referee in there, just like we already know the deal, bro. We already know the deal. Also, there was a spot, and you talk about production. I'll give you that production thing, but sometimes you just got to improvise a little bit better. 1, 2, I'm going to lift this man's shoulder up right in front of the camera. bothered the hell out of me when I saw that.
He did. It was like 1, 2. He literally grabbed his hands, did the young buck. He just freaking moved his own arm up to kick him out to me. Like he don't know when to kick out. That was pretty weird. But hey, I tried not to nitpick because also, I am prone to WWE. So
Lucha Brothers are better than more entertaining me than Revival. Okay,
the Lucha Brothers are amazing.
That's to me right there. Lucha Brothers are number one in my eyes.
But here's my thing when I say that. It's again as I was trying to go back to your retort of FTR, and although you had the Bar, you had New Day, you had those guys, those storylines were being surrounded. The Bar couldn't get a storyline, and I get in your words because they wasn't entertaining. I get that. So to me, that's also the difference between companies and, for lack of a better term to use, indie promotion. So to me right now, it's like we have next gen or old gen, right? Dice know how I feel about this. I got an Xbox Series X. Why is this shit still being called next gen? It's been out for like 3 fucking years. Okay. So when I look at WWE wrestling, they don't do the stuff they used to do when they had the Killer Bees, the Heart Foundation, and all those super great tag teams, Tito Santana and them, all those guys. That's not their wrestling style no more. It's if you can't sell me tickets and t-shirts as a tag team, I don't care. FTR is for the fan like me that watches them and go, or not even like me, like my man Phil, use him as an example. When he tells me, man, there's too much fluff in there. There's too much in the storyline. Where's the wrestling? Those guys are just there to wrestle. Bret Hart was just there to wrestle. Sometimes, it's just, remember, I'm a walking contradiction. Dice are going to say, what the fuck did you just say? Wrestling is storyline. Sometimes, though, it's okay to just wrestle.
Sometimes
FTR just wrestles.
As a promoter.
That's what I want.
Are you, as a promoter, will you be pushing New Day?
I'll be pushing.
Or would you be pushing the Revival?
Truth be told, it's going to be
First of all, you can't ask him that question. You know what he's going to do. He's going to bet on black.
Are you pushing the Usos or are you pushing the Revival?
They're still pushing Usos. They're still black.
Are you pushing the Bar? You can't get much whiter. Are you pushing the Bar or are you pushing the Revival?
The fact of the matter is, I would push the Revival, and I'm not even lying to you because they're more of a traditional tag team than the Bar is. The Bar was thrown together, and it worked. It's a WWE made tag team. No, I'm helping you out a little bit. Am I pushing the FTR or am I pushing Lucha Brothers? You know how I feel about Rey Fenix. I think Rey Fenix is. I love you, Hoobie, but Rey Fenix took your place as next to Rey Mysterio, the best fucking luchador I've ever seen in my damn life. Okay, but guess what? They're Spanish. They don't speak enough good English. It's like a boxer who needs a translator. I don't want to hear that shit.
I respect your opinion.
Okay, I know you do.
I respect what you said.
FTR over the world. I'm
not going to sit here and tell you you are wrong because I really think that if you told me the Bucks, I'm going to sit here and say you're wrong all day. I will not say it with the Revival. I will, however, say crack kills and you might want to stop. Now, let's go ahead and talk about
a hell of a drug.
Before we move on to
no more. Put that back up.
You put it up. I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to talk about this because this was very important.
From Impact Wrestling.
There it is. Dan and Man talking about. What about that? Jay Briscoe, Jay Brody. Yeah, we can move that now. What did it say? Jay Brody Bray.
Yes, I thought this was really dope. Again, as I said at the beginning of the show, this event today was important for us as a pro wrestling community, fans, wrestlers, anybody who loves pro wrestling. This was an important event. It was an important. Tomorrow is just as important. Mm-hmm. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Why?
4 important days for pro wrestling, and it's always dope that guys like FTR make sure that guys like Brody and Jay Briscoe and Bray Wyatt are not forgotten. Obviously, Bray's not going to be forgotten because he just passed away, but Brody's been gone for a while. Jay's been gone, just this past January. So I think it's very important that we still have those type of guys like that, and they're not doing it for the clout. I don't think they do it for the clout. I think they were really good friends with all of those guys. And I just thought that was pretty dope shot that they had those bars. And a lot of people did their little Bray tributes, little subtle things that, that we knew of them. So moving on to the Women's World Championship 4-way. And I think everybody's seen this coming from a mile away once we
mile
realized that
away.
it was in London.
Stevie
However,
Wonder
the way that it unfolded, I was very surprised because I did not expect Toni Storm and Saraya to fall out so quickly in the match. Literally, like the first 4 or 5 minutes into the match. I mean, somebody else did Bob Barker just died too? It was somebody else's body. It was like 4 or 5 deaths in entertainment. In entertainment that we lost. But back to the match. Saraya and Toni Storm, they literally just fell apart within minutes of the match. I did not expect that. But then I expected once they fell apart that they would kind of stay away from each other. But no, they were going at each other for the rest of the match. And I thought it was a really good match. It's probably one of the best women's matches I've seen in AEW in a really long time. You got 4 of your best workers right out there. I mean, that edges out your top 5. You could throw in Statlander, or that would be your top 5 women in AEW right now. And granted, 2 of them are WWE former gals, in which you could probably say Britt Baker, but Britt Baker had her time.
There was a travesty in this match, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention how disappointed I was in the fact that when Toni Storm came out, I thought there was an audio problem because I didn't hear not one thing from people who are supposed to be 81,000. So I tell all you mofos over there in Wembley, y'all will respect Toni Storm when she comes out there. That woman's gimmick right now is money. Now, I know everybody was hoping Paige was going to win. I know everybody thought Paige was going to win. I thought it could go to any one of these 4 young ladies, but I'm not sure if Paige is ready physically to be a champion. So I'm not exactly sure I agree with that move. I will say the most entertaining part about this match to me, though, was the interaction between Toni Storm and Paige, especially after Toni Storm.
Her name is Saraya.
Paige's who?
Saraya.
Yeah, after she actually struck Paige's bottom, I thought I love that spot. So I do want to mention that. But damn, they didn't give Toni Storm any kind of love.
Yes, my fan. That's what I was thinking of. The original voice of Harley Quinn. That's who it was. Did you? I'm sorry. Sometimes when you talk, it kind of blocks out because it's a lot of blasphemy that comes out.
That's because his fan came on louder than the fans did for Toni Storm. But exactly what you said, you're going to consult on the body was a bad move. This is the worst move that Tony Khan made all night long. We knew, from Friday night when CM Punk came back, he was coming back. We knew, and we marked out, and we knew it. We knew when they were in London, Saraya Paige was going to win this match, and I think it's a horrible decision. You mentioned workers. She's not a worker. She cannot work anymore.
Not anymore.
She's hurt. I've never thought Paige was as good. I've never thought Paige was as good as people say she is. That's just me. That's just me.
She's a good persona. She can talk. She can give you mannerisms of a heel.
She's a decent wrestler. She does do she's a better wrestler than Ira would be, but she does do a lot of botches.
I will say that I would if
her best videos are X-rated.
Almost walked off. I will say this: if you were going to have a title change there,
no comment.
I would at least have Paige go into London with the championship and then drop it to Hikaru Shida. I think that would be a much better decision. But I see right now what happens now with the Outcasts, because now you're about to create this tension that you don't need, because the Outcasts are really, really good for that women's division. We were talking about it last week on the Dynamite Review show. They're really good for that division.
Now it's over.
And now it's over.
Toni Storm struck Ruby Riott, so that's over. Paige is the champion. It looked like she might have turned babyface. I'm not sure yet. But the catalyst here, the wild card here, as we talked about it, is if Sasha Banks did sign with AEW, in my opinion, first of all, that's the biggest signing AEW has had in years. And second of all,
not better than Jay White.
That's the biggest.
That's just wrong. That's just wrong.
I dare say Sasha Banks will be bigger than CM Punk. I dare say that.
Ooh, that's bold.
It's actually because of how she was treated. The fans will act that way because fans just hate WWE, which is the stupidest thing in the world because fans are stupid. But I would agree with you with that. But fans also said Edge was showing up tonight and Edge didn't show up. That's why I'm glad he took to Twitter and said, "Huh? What?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing."
Yeah. Justino says he was hoping since he was there for Mercedes to come out, let Saraya know she's coming to finish what she started. If Mercedes does work with AEW and gets in a program with Saraya, you know she's going to say something along those lines. I absolutely agree because let's not forget. Honestly, that's a kind of flip-flop because, I mean, if you want to say she finished, she already apologized for hurting her, so you can't really go with that storyline. And I would think that AEW kind of wants to blur the line between realism a lot of times. So I would think that Saraya, I mean, if Mercedes Moné would say that, I think that she would, be a heel, but you can't come in to be a heel when you just got signed and you're the best.
She will come in she has to come in the face as a face.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
But that's a really good idea, Justino.
What we got next?
Next, we have
Paige could be the heel, and Paige can blame her, and that's how they can kind of mention it.
Yeah, but she came in as a heel.
She took away about 5
Nobody
years
comes in as a heel though.
She came in as a face, and she immediately changed within like 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But nobody comes in as that.
Yeah, Adam Cole came as a heel
because he joined the Elite.
Mm-hmm. Adam Cole. Yeah. Well, he came out.
But the Elite wasn't heels.
They were
their storyline to make them heels. They wasn't heels though.
The Young Bucks had the homeboy with the spray, with the hairspray. So they were spraying everybody in the face.
But fans were loving them. That's why I'm saying they wasn't heels. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of wrestling purists really like the Elite. They really like the Young Bucks. They really like Kenny Omega. So I can see the appeal with Kenny Omega to a certain extent. Young Bucks, no, never, ever. Well,
gotcha.
The
picture I picked.
It's not. I didn't find it. I didn't see it. So I had to download one. This actually was a surprisingly entertaining match for me. I get part of Joker Sting. I get Christian Cage, who you got two of your biggest or best heels in a tag team.
This is bold. This is very bold.
I agree. I'm not gonna lie. I am over the Sasha hype. I'm over the Mercedes Moné hype. I'm over it. I've been over it since she walked out.
Her name is bigger than AEW.
Her name might be bigger. That's fine, but she is not that anymore. Sasha Banks is bigger than AEW, but not Mercedes Moné, and that's the difference. That's the difference. And when she chose to take her ball and leave, I was not with that. You get paid to clock in, clock the hell in. I ain't got no people get fired, people walk out every day.
You are going to get canceled because they didn't when Sasha and Naomi walked out, everybody was like, oh my god, WWE, that's enough. Just like, okay, rant time.
No. Me and Mike was on the side of WWE.
I will say,
go back and watch the show.
I agree with you, but it's the same shit I said with Revival a couple of minutes ago when I was talking about they left, but they were former Raw, multi-time Raw, SmackDown, NXT Tag Team Champions. Sasha Banks main evented a freaking WrestleMania and a multi-time world champion. How was she mistreated? I will never understand. Just because she didn't like the direction they were going with the tag team titles, she took her ball and went home. I always hated that, even though she's one of my favorites. Well, my favorite woman.
She's an unstable creature. I ain't going to call him something else, okay? Because there was no way. Listen, anybody who takes a ball and don't follow the story, fuck them. You're not bigger than wrestling. I like Sasha Banks.
For God's sakes, Trish Stratus was on her knees barking like a dog. Whoop, whoop.
I say it all the time. And look at her. Y'all say, thank you, Trish, for barking like a dog.
And watch
Natalia had to walk around farting. Mickey James was called Piggy James.
They called the damn girl Dewdrop. Dewdrop. They had live sex in the ring with Lita. They had a pigpen match. They had bra and panty matches. I've seen with my own 2 damn eyes that I cannot watch with bleach. Mae Young jump away from the censors to show her flappy boobs. Come on, people. Y'all be tripping.
Well, okay. That was prosthetics. And Sasha Banks' ego made her believe that she was as big as Roman Reigns and as big as Vince McMahon. That's what she said out of her own mouth.
She did. Right? Listen. This match
of the night.
Match of the night.
I have it as my second.
The intro. Listen, first of all, I said this all the time. I'll say it again right now because that's just how I feel. Look at my face. Darby Allin, you need to calm down because you're going to seriously get hurt. Okay? When that man Coffin dropped the coffin,
his else on that.
Visuals are everything, and just like Dice talked about when they climbed the ladder earlier and it broke. Now I thought you were getting you a little too much, Dice, because you could visually see that ladder was cheap wood, right? It went right, but when Darby Allin did the coffin drop on the coffin and that shit dented. For the first time in my life, I thought Darby was 400 pounds. That's how big he looked. That's how big the dents were in that coffin. I agree with Mike 100%. I'm a big Darby Allin. It's just kind of funny because Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy are two of my favorites in AEW, but they don't meet my criteria as a professional wrestler that I prefer to watch. But he's going to hurt himself. He's definitely going to hurt himself.
And I agree with the comment, Danny. I do think it was maybe second and third best match of the night because I do think anything Will Ospreay is a part of, I think is match of the night. So, with Scott Thomas's comments, but and I think somebody putting out on there, Sting can still go. I mean, with all due respect towards your Stinger fans out there, Sting needs to go home. Okay, the gimmick is funny. He did the intro. I get it. I don't give a hot dog damn.
Goddamn hot dog.
Okay, I don't give a hot dog damn. Okay, Sting is Sting, and Sting will always be Sting.
You tell me.
He doesn't need to be out there wrestling.
What old veteran has looked better in the ring at his age? Not even younger than his age. We've seen
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels is never.
Triple H.
Shawn Michaels is younger than Sting, and
you just said as old. You said as old. As old. You said he looked better in one. He looked better in one match. That's it. He looks better in one match. Sting should not be fucking jumping on the fucking equipment.
But he can.
Okay.
That's the difference.
That don't mean shit. So can I do the sense? Whoop whoop whoop. What it do? Brock get fucked up. That moron. No, I like Sting. Okay, you know I like Sting. He shouldn't be doing that shit, bro. He's too damn old. And I knew Swerve was not going to do that damn stump to him. If he takes that
shoulders perfectly,
he going to have to be in the hospital like I was and get his damn intestines cut like I did.
You talking about when Swerve stopped on that man's shoulders and they tried to say it to the sternum, and I was like, no, he got both his shoulders perfectly. Sting got up like this. No, seriously, I don't know what it's like. I agree. To a certain extent with Mr. Knox here, I think Sting should have been looked at retirement. But I also see what Dice is saying because I do believe Sting, for a man that north of 60, that man
that's is still... That's not the point, though. That's what I'm saying.
That is the point because that's why you want him to go home.
No, I get he's doing it.
You get he's doing
because wrestling storyline. So if you can still tell the story in the ring, you can still do it. Right, it's not necessarily about what you're doing physically. It's not doing what you do physically. But you a couple weeks ago, I'm not sure I was on there with you. Where I heard you talk about the show about somebody splashes. Oh, them are the worst Stinger splashes I've ever seen. Those were the worst Stinger splashes today I've ever seen from Sting. Okay, he didn't fucking jump. Okay.
Well, also understand. He has padding. He has padding.
I get that. He's always had padding for the last decade.
It was like a thumbtack jacket or some shit like
that. He's had it for the last decade. Take your ass home, man. Your road game's not working. You got to rehash other gimmicks. I like Sting. Steve Borden, the Christian man. I respect you. I love for what you did. When I went to AEW's Revolution in Orlando, he was one of the things I cared about being there. It's not that. It's not that he didn't put on a good match. It's I don't want to see this. I hate when a crowd says, you still got it. That means these motherfuckers will wrestle till they're 80.
Shout out to Christian. I think he did a phenomenal job in this match. Look, you drove Dice to drink. I thought Christian did a phenomenal job in this match, but Christian is a ring general. I mean, very, very, very good at what he does. I liked how he was selling the TNT title match for All Out next week.
That man said, "You'll never touch my title."
I also like how Nigel McGuinness was talking about how Christian's such a great father during the match and all the stuff that Christian was doing, including kicking his own door out the arena. So Christian is so good. I am actually glad he went to AEW. Now, at first I was so upset because I thought we were robbed of Edge and Christian versus Usos, which they were the direction they were going. But he's done a great job.
Christian has done his best work outside of WWE.
And it's proving right what you're saying right now.
Outside of the Randy Orton feud.
I also will say, because he did a very good job because that's how he won the world title a second time. Because he only supposed to win world title once as a transition, but he's doing so good that he and Randy put together how he can win the title again. Now, Swerve, I'm going to harp on for 15 seconds because I think Swerve is. We had a top 5. We might top 5 WWE wrestlers who went to AEW. Swerve would be in my top 5. He might be in my top 3. Swerve has done a fantastic job, and I remember that same pay-per-view is where he's
with Rick Ross.
That same pay-per-view Mike Knox mentioned AEW Revolution here in Orlando. Swerve came out. I threw my pin up in the air, and I was like, why the hell is this guy here? They're overcrowded. He can't do anything in AEW. He's going to get lost in shuffle. My God, did he go out there and prove me wrong? Swerve is a star, and I am going to say this right now. Swerve needs to be a future world champion.
I'm sorry, you're talking about a world champion where?
Ring of Honor. You know they're gonna put a Ring of Honor on.
It be Ring of Honor. It ain't all elite because he's black. You do know they don't put black champions over in AEW, don't you?
The company is still in its infancy. It's only been around for 5 years. Give them.
That's why they should go ahead and not wait like other people wait.
Is in the spot that Scorpio Sky should be in.
Say it again.
No offense, he's better than Scorpio Sky though, in every way.
He's about you. Only get one a show. You only get one a show. No, don't walk. Oh,
he's right. Better than. I like Scorpio Sky. He grew on me, but Swerve Strickland. Although I said a couple weeks ago, I'm always keeping it a buck, keeping it a bean. I don't know what the fuck his gimmick is. Is he gangster? Is he a gangster rapper? Is he a gangster podcaster? Came out to those 2 people, right? Rapping and stuff. I get confused.
I saw all those Britons, right, looking like who the hell are these guys? But okay, and it was crazy. I gotta say that. Shout out to Prince Nana. One thing I hate about AEW,
definitely
they have a lot.
Nana, yes,
they have a lot of people, managers. I don't know their names. I've been leaving it alone. Dice keeps saying homeboy.
DNV zone.
Homeboy it is because they don't know their names. I don't like the guy that's with the Lucha Brothers, the hype man.
He's
the man.
I like him.
He's
the hype man though. He's not a manager. He's a hype man.
He's definitely a hype man. He don't manage shit.
There's no point in him being there. All he does is.
Anyway. I got another show, guys. Can we move on? I'm sorry. That's just me. I got another show.
That's fine. It's not o'clock.
It's very easy.
It's 9 o'clock.
It's very easy to say Swerve is in your top 5 because he's better than Scorpio Sky.
Well, that shirt's in your top 5, but that head ain't.
We haven't seen Scorpio Sky in like a year.
That's a lot. We saw his ass like a month and a half ago in Collision. What come on Saturdays? Collision.
I see popcorn.
He was fucking that popcorn up. Don't lie, yo. He was like, I got shit. They paying me to eat popcorn, so fuck it. Can I get some more?
Okay. Now, for many people in the comments section below, for some of them, match of the night. Me and executive consultant talk about this on Wednesday. We think that this match was 5 years too late, in which it was mentioned in that promo, but we had said that 2 weeks before. We said that 2 weeks before, then reiterated last week. However, if you would have gave me Jericho 5 years ago in this match in Wembley, I think it would have been a much bigger banger. However, that's not saying that wasn't a good match. That's not saying you can't do it, can you?
No, I can't.
That's not saying that it wasn't a good match. But Jericho 5 years he didn't look
Jericho 10 years ago?
No, 5 years ago.
10?
5 years ago was coming off the heels of the list, and Jericho was still doing really good work in the ring. Now he looks gassed at times. He can't keep up with a lot of the younger wrestlers at all sometimes. Like the Bruiser Brody gimmick that he was doing worked perfectly because he didn't have to do a whole bunch of running against. He was just beating people down with his size and his muscle. Well, not muscle, but just his size. But now it looks like he's trying to keep up with people. However, that's not saying that I didn't enjoy the match. I enjoyed the match very, very much. I don't think it's match of the night for me, but that's just personally my opinion. EC, your thoughts? Or
definitely wasn't match of the night for me, but it was still a very, very good, entertaining match. They told a very good story, I think, in the ring. I was a little confused, I can't say I was confused. I think where they messed up was the whole aspect of, okay, you have Sammy Guevara on one side, right? And you have, what's his name? Don Callis on the other side. Don Callis is one of the biggest heels in professional wrestling. They played this
the biggest heel manager that's not Paul Heyman.
Correct. They played this match like Jericho was the heel and Ospreay was the babyface, right? Because of the hometown. The hometown advantage, but it just was a little bit because Don Callis didn't do much in the except for be a cheerleader on the outside. That's all he did the whole night, which is fine. But like I said, that kind of threw the dynamic off. But the match itself was pretty good. I do see what Dice is talking about with Jericho trying to keep up with these younger people, but he still knows how to tell a story in the ring and still knows how to work exactly what he needs to work. And Ospreay is very good at doing what he does. Now, I'm not as big a fan of Ospreay because I'm not as big, as familiar with his work visually. I'm aware of his work, but I haven't seen much of his work. But this match was very, very good. Let me tell you something. I want to put this out there. I did not see one bad match in the night on this card. I thought every match did a very good job in some way, shape, form. Were there negatives about it? A few, yeah. But I thought every match on the card did a good job telling a story and keeping me entertained. This was not my match tonight, but it was in the top 3, I'll say. But I still liked the Coffin match better. But anyway, go ahead, Mike.
As Dice would say about someone like AJ Styles, that's Will Ospreay to me. He can wrestle a broomstick and be amazing. And I saw a comment that I don't like Kenny Omega's gimmick. Not that I don't think Kenny Omega can wrestle. I think he's not believable to be liked.
Feet to the fire right now. Ospreay or Rollins?
Rollins for me.
I would say Rollins because of the gimmick, but I would say Ospreay's right there. I think Will Ospreay was what I was gearing up to say. Is technically in the ring. I think he's the best in the world inside that square circle as of today.
So you're not including Daniel Bryan.
That's bold.
Daniel Bryan is not the Daniel Bryan that we used to get. He's not the American Dragon. He's not Daniel Bryan from 3 years ago. He's not going like that. He's not Seth Rollins because unfortunately the style doesn't lend him to be that good. Right. So unfortunately, AEW will get a lot of more credit towards in-ring wrestling because the company allows it more. Will Ospreay and Jericho, I was saying 10 years because 10 years ago, that's the best Jericho, not 5 years ago. I get what you were saying that 5 years ago, it could have been a better match. But well, not the best Jericho, but he was still, 15 years ago was the best Jericho.
Is
right.
What I am the best in the world.
Yeah, that's when he really started doing it. 10 years ago when he was
up until this AEW run, the second half after the first year of AEW, I don't think Jericho's been Jericho. That's just me. I haven't liked him in the ring, the whole Ocho stuff, the whole JAS.
I haven't. There's a disconnect
the Jericho in the ring.
Inner Circle disbanded.
Yeah, that you see, like you say, he was getting fat. He was not. He's just not the same Jericho. So I thought watching Will Ospreay against Chris Jericho in this arena, in this massive, capacity, was just amazing for Will Ospreay. And I love. As soon as I saw the end of the match and he won the match, I said Jericho knows how to get somebody else over because
he's very good at that. He takes me else.
That's what you do. And one of the questions was Will Ospreay signing. I'm going to say this to the day I die.
I say no.
Someone like Will Ospreay, someone like Ray Phoenix, someone like Jack Perry.
Jack Perry.
I said what the fuck I said. Jack Perry. Go to WWE. They're stars. Like people were saying Hook. I think Hook is nothing.
If you didn't have another show to do, I would sit here and debate you for the next 5 minutes because you just said those names and said they were a star. Jack Perry is not a star in WWE.
I think that's not what I said because you're in further what I was saying. I said could be a star. No. WWE knows how to get behind superstars' kids. Yes, it's about presentation.
Production of Jack Perry. He ain't it.
Again, you don't like a lot of things that no people. You don't even like strawberry ice cream. So what are you talking about?
I don't like strawberry ice cream.
Okay, that's my point.
But I'm not the only human being that doesn't like strawberry ice cream. That doesn't even
get that, but that's just weird. Okay.
How is that weird?
Because it's weird to me, damn it. And it's my world. Okay, I'm talking. Can I have the floor? Did you sit there earlier?
Ron,
I'm talking.
Ron, calm down.
No, I'm nowhere near like Ron. Okay, you know why? Because I'm tall. Okay. Will Ospreay is that damn good. And I think you give a Will Ospreay WWE's backing, the same we did with Kevin Owens. Okay. I'm just saying, Kevin Owens.
Go ahead.
Okay. Jack Perry to me has a look. Wrestling is a look. Ospreay has a look. Okay, I don't care what anybody tells me other than Baba Foley's baby boy because of the storyline would never have been WWE champion. Look who's been WWE champions. We talked about. Remember, I spent the conversation about quarterbacks and how all quarterbacks have like this look, like you have to have a look.
Most of the time, quarterbacks that are
the most handsomest motherfuckers in school. Yeah. Okay, Jack Perry.
Jack Perry,
Perry,
he can get some bitches.
he got some hair. He got that hair. Okay, I hated the whole whoa. But when I look at Will Ospreay,
the man is busting off Anna Jay.
Enough said.
That
Anna
does not
Jay.
mean
That means a lot. That means a lot. LeBron's not the GOAT because he let a teammate knock off his mama. Okay? That man is knocking off Anna Jay. Enough said. Anyway, Will Ospreay, he's the man. He's the man. And if Tony Khan is going to do some Tony Khan shit, he needs to sign this guy. And that's who needs, not Swerve Strickland. Because Swerve Strickland will not get it because he has the front in his mouth. He will not ever be AEW World Champion. But Will Ospreay could be.
Will Ospreay will be signed with AEW very soon.
Who would you say will be the first black AEW champion?
Swerve. I think the way it's constructed.
Do you see it coming in next 2 years?
Yes.
Yes, but it would be either Ricky Starks or Hobbs.
That's Ricky Starks should never be world champion.
Wow. Moving on to
the Pebble deserves to be the champion. He's the which version of the Rock?
Of Ring of Honor.
Moving on to the main event of the evening. We got Better Than You, baby, facing off against each other who just had their match. They just had their match 3 hours prior to that. A banger of a tag team match. So thinking of how you want to start off this whole day, you start them off banger.
Bye.
Then you end them. Then you end the night with those guys. They put a banger on in the first match, the pre-show, and then they closed out a really, really good pay-per-view for wrestling. I'm just going to start with EC because
I'm going to start with the Trios Championship.
We did just skip that shit. We did just skip that shit.
I can tell you every single Wednesday, watch myself as well as Sheriff sometimes and Dice as we review AEW Dynamite, and we forget a lot of segments and matches.
No, but I had all the picks in here, Dice. Like I literally went and got all the matches, bro.
I don't see it there.
No, they're not there. You're not lying. They're not there, bro.
That's what. Just listen. You've been here the whole show. You've been reminding us about stuff. Shout out to you, and make sure you follow, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, and tell a friend that we ain't selling platters. We ain't doing nothing. We just want to like. That's it. But thank you for your comments all night. They
gave the tribute. If you don't mind me, Dice, can I just interrupt for 1 second?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother.
Because this match gave to me, as you said, something that wrestling needed. And then right now, we're going to pay our respects to that same very person.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what the fuck happened. It was been 10 bells. It's like
30. I was about to say something. I said, talk about your 10 times 4 bell salute, and that's what it was right there. But that's
he deserves all
bell salute or Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt has been one of the most creative minds and gimmicks that you have had in the last 10 years. So
the hell was that?
Our condolences go. Our condolences.
Good God,
that was on some serious crack. But our condolences go out to William Rotunda, his family, his friends, as well as his fans. Tragic loss of this week, Dice mentioned earlier, with William Rotunda, with Terry Funk, with Bob Barker, with the young lady, I forget her name, I apologize, who was Harley Quinn's voice, also from Days of Our Lives. So it's been a really rough time this week. But
tomorrow, the Mike Knox show will not be here. Tomorrow we will have a special unpopular review, paying our respects to one Bray Wyatt and talking about. I know Dice, you know, you've been around me this long. You have not been, and I mentioned again tomorrow. You know, I was a Husky Harris fan from the beginning. Yeah. And that's a true story.
Around the time we started being friends, a little bit after Husky Harris, and we definitely was down. We were down with the cult immediately. We've been down with everything that Bray Wyatt did. Even when people did not like the Firefly Funhouse, we said, "What are y'all talking about?"
From the very first episode, I was like, "Yo, what? Just watch this shit."
It's the exact same thing that you guys have been getting, and you don't understand it. And then a month later, they loved it. But Can't wait tomorrow
Butterfly
to celebrate Bray Wyatt. I've been watching WWE Best of Bray Wyatt stuff all freaking day. Can't even remember. EC, do you remember there was a Cena versus AJ versus Bray Wyatt match for the title?
SmackDown.
I did not remember that, but that was a banger of a match, and I can't.
That was a match immediately after Bray Wyatt won the WWE Championship at Elimination Chamber. That was more so to solidify his World Championship run by pinning John Cena. Matter of fact, at the end of that match, he had a AEW like take the shoulder off the ground moment where he said, "You made it, kid," and you can actually see where he
6 p.m. Scott, 6 p.m. tomorrow.
And you know what? And as we're talking about that match, that trios match, I was going to say this. I'm never going to come off. I'm never going to back off this. Like I would never back off of. If you're a fan of the Challenge USA on MTV, CBS, we got that coming up this week as well. As that's about to come on right now. It's a little late here in Florida because we got an impending tropical storm. They're taking the consultant.
Yeah, somebody just told me
out of nowhere. Like what the f?
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, there's a storm." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, it just interrupted the television program. No lie, but. I have never, will never. He loves them down here. I hate the Acclaim. I hate the Acclaim. I hate the Acclaim. They're corny. They're corny. They're corny. And to me, if Steve was here, El Lobo's Lobo, he would tell you why they're so corny. Listen, people, in a real world, these kids would not get laid. Okay, if they were not wrestling fans, I'm just being honest. These are like I know geeks selling hair at the earth has taken over the world that we now live in. But these dudes ain't getting laid by the guy or the girl.
I thought it was the me.
There was actually a podcast on the BDSR network called Geek Shelling Hair at the Earth. So like a little cheap pop, but it's not. Because all those podcasts.
Who are you saying that wouldn't get laid?
Okay. Neither one of the Acclaim.
Well, one of them already getting.
Stop dice. But I
because wrestling's different.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I think
if they wasn't wrestling fans, if they was not wrestlers, they would get no coo-coo or no doo-doo. No pudussy and no and what's the other one? The guys call it. I forget. I know it. My wife was here. I know it. It's pudussy for guys, and it's bussy. They would get no bussy.
But I disagree with that. I don't agree with that at all. I think they would get. I think
they suck. Don't come scissor me, bro. Ever. Don't you ever scissor me, bro.
But you know what? I'm not a fan of the scissor me, bro. I'm a huge fan of Acclaim. I've always been a huge fan of Acclaim. But I'm not a fan of the scissor. I'm not a fan of the scissor me part. But I can't sit here and I can't justify
House of Black should have won.
Judging the scissor me thing when our generation.
We said suck it. I know.
Yeah, I know. It's the truth, right?
I know. We did say suck it. What's worse?
Billy Gunn is going on his.
What's worse? I think somebody to suck it is worse than. But you know what?
Because scissor is literally this, right?
Scissoring is two guys and two girls doing it.
We know what scissor is, right?
That's what it is.
When you do the gesture, it's just this.
It's insinuating. It's what I want to do to you.
Okay, well, how about this? Like,
scissor,
you're literally pointing down and saying "suck it."
Don't ever scissor me. And for the record, I'll have to admit, because I like to admit the truth and shit. When I'm really mad, like really, really, really mad at you, Dice, what is my favorite thing to say?
Suck my.
And it shouldn't be said.
The most disrespectful thing you could tell another
girl. Like you, and I say that to you, just know we're not friends.
Billy Gunn actually said this to
yeah. If I say
during this match, she said, "You gonna suck my." He literally said that to her.
Yeah.
This pay-per-view has some foul language. Let's talk about the main event because there was some foul language.
Yeah, let's talk about this main event now. Thank you for taking us back to trios match. We moved on. Okay, main event time, baby.
Okay, main event.
I got trios up there.
Adam Cole,
baby.
Why he wrestling with his fucking shirt on? I'm just sorry.
Versus the devil himself.
Why did he wrestle with the shirt on?
Yeah, it just annoys me.
Well, they brought out the shirts to,
You're trying to sell them things.
You know what I remember most about this match? Forgive me. I know I'm about to get so many middle fingers.
Oh, gosh.
During the MJF's entrance, right? When they stopped, he hit one of the women. And I don't think a lot of people didn't see it.
I did see that.
She was like
I did see that. And his entrance was the best entrance of the night.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay, anytime you got concubines, you win in my book.
Yeah, his entrance was the biggest of the night.
I just love the word concubines.
I-
Hey, baby, can we have some concubines? If I get hit with a shoe, y'all know what I just did.
Go Kota.
I think this main event, honestly, I thought we talked about it before. There's no way you can have Adam Cole and MJF 81K in Wembley. And no. Null and void. Not gonna lie, I came in this with meh expectations. But my expectations were blue. Listen, it's cool. If I set the bar so low, it can only go higher. It's hard to go lower than where
That's
I
how
set
you
the
should
bar.
go watch movies. Think every movie gonna suck, and you won't be disappointed.
But I love the action. I love the story of this match. This story is far from done. We know that it's far from done. But I will say that I think and they just thank you for stopping by. Make sure you check us out tomorrow 6 p.m. for the tribute to Bray Wyatt. Thank you. I will say that I don't remember a time, and I'm pretty sure EC can probably
What, my memory don't fucking count?
or a time where was it the 2-man power trip?
I mean, I wouldn't remember though.
Partners were tag team partners and they were fighting for the world championship. Jim Ross says it's the first time in history. He's called
two-man power trip. Only done that. That was Triple
Okay.
H and Stone
Austin.
Cold.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Well, say that again.
Hold on again. When has two people fought for the title, they were also tag teams?
John Cena and
champions.
Shawn Michaels.
07? 06?
WrestleMania 23.
They were tag team champions?
They were champions?
They were tag team champions.
I don't remember. God
See,
damn.
that's why you call on EC and not Mike D. Okay.
Again, I thought it was a really good closeout. Any of those back half, maybe 3 matches, you probably could have put as the main event, and I still would have been fine with the ending of all of them. MJF retains who thought that he wasn't going to? He's going to retain until it gets to Punk versus MJF. That is what we want. That is what we need. That is what
give that to us.
It's such good shit. But Mr. X, your
The
thoughts?
suplex on the stairs blew my mind.
Ooh,
I was like, damn, that hurt. There was some.
The suplex on the steps was actually looked a lot painful, very painful. You still can still hear me.
can't hear you.
It was very, very painful, and I wanted to make sure they both were okay. It was good to see they were both okay. They
You
put
taking that suplex or you taking that coffin drop that Darby did?
I'll take this. I'll take the suplex. But that coffin drop had some height to it. Adam Cole ain't but so big. Still can't hear you. The also had a spot on the table. I didn't like their table setup. I don't know why. Right? It just seemed kind of cheap and flimsy to me. But it wasn't flimsy because tombstone pile driver, right there on top of the table. Boom! This story was told very well in this match with these two competitors. I was one of the best storytellings in a match. Gary, now, one of the best storytellings in an AEW match I have ever seen. It was very good. I do think, and don't shoot the messenger, I do think it was a little anticlimactic, but they told the story. It worked. I'm glad to see MJF retain the championship, and I agree with Dice. I think the end game needs to be MJF versus CM Punk.
Well, you know what? I agree to say yes, but I don't think we're going to get it when I said no. Right? These two aren't done. I thought it wasn't anticlimactic. I thought when it ended and they both counted, I thought that I love that ending. Now, like that he asked it for the 5 more minutes. I thought at that point the devil was going to be turned back into the devil and not give him that 5 minutes, but he valued the friendship, which is still blowing my fucking mind that he's playing this long. I definitely thought, they're going to do the double.
Well.
I thought they were going to do the double turn, if you will, when Roderick Strong came out and Adam Cole did hit him with the move and he kicked out. All that stuff I thought was just great. I really did. So when MJF won, I was shocked because I feel that Tony Khan gives WWE people what they want. But Adam Cole's not a typical WWE guy. You know what I mean? real wrestlers know you don't need the title to get over. It's the storyline that puts you over. Okay. And the storyline between these guys, like him turning around and saying, oh, it was only about the title. You never cared about me. Fucking do it. Storyline of the night. Okay. Yeah. And if any AEW fan ever fucking purchased their lips to have a drink and say to me, it's about wrestling more than storyline. No, your own owner says it's about storyline. Okay, go watch the Collision commercial that airs on TNT. They show the Avengers on there all the time. I know you've seen the commercial when he says, this is what sports entertainment is. He literally looks in the camera backstage at Gorilla and says, this is sports entertainment. This right here is what's making me watch and pay more attention to AEW. But the World Champion is CM Punk. But great end of this match.
The real world champion is the devil. You're a scumbag.
CM Punk never lost his title, and he put an X on it. And I like X's. And the fact that he did it a month and a half ago, and he's having title matches for a title that should not be sanctioned, because this is the part of AEW that's fucking stupid. Okay? How you do not say anything about the other champion. Not one promo where he's like, whatever, I'm the champion, and that other guy's fake. Something to acknowledge that that's bullshit. Because that makes no sense to MJF's character that he would never acknowledge CM Punk's claim. CM Punk has the right to have the claim because that's what people do when they're spoiled and have to give what they want and think the title makes them relevant. I love Punk, but hey, I'm calling a spade a spade. And right now, until the champion of AEW, MJF, acknowledges someone saying that I'm the champion and not you, and we
the
get
real
that,
world champion, which they actually put on the graphic too.
They put that on the graphic. It was a title match for the real world championship for the second time. He took on the Pebble for the title. Now he's taking on Samoa Joe for the title. I don't like that part. And that's why I think they're totally not going to touch each other. I think they're going to have one champion for. He is so scared of one Bill Phil and FTR doing what they want to do. He will bend over backwards, grab his ankles, and cough out a fucking diamond for CM Punk right now. And truth be told, for what it's worth, as much as I love Punk and will always pop for Punk, he didn't sell out Chicago. People want to talk about 81,000 paid fans. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it a bean. Stop smoking homegrown. Get your ass some real good flour and understand this. It's the fucking UK. Anybody can sell out the fucking UK who has the money to put on a fucking stage in that arena. Remember Global Wrestling Federation and shit Jeff Jarrett had to start after TNA?
Global Force Wrestling.
Yeah. If you get enough people, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, oh my God. They're going to sell out the motherfucking place, okay? When you can't sell out the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, you can't sell out the All-State Arena in Chicago that holds, 17, 18,000 fucking people. Don't come bragging to me about 81 fucking thousand because it's in the UK. Why do you think they're going back to the UK? Because UK fans don't get wrestling. That's why they sell out Saudi like that. That happens. Americans fans are spoiled. Okay? Now, all BS aside, I said this off air. I'm going to say it again. Next to the Bloodline storyline, I probably enjoyed All In more than I did SummerSlam. I'm being honest. I enjoyed this fucking show. Not better than WrestleMania because night 1, night 2 endings and the females match with Charlotte and it was just too much. Yeah. But comparative to SummerSlam, to what I know they're going to put on next Saturday at Payback's not going to touch this shit.
Payback Saturday, All Out next Sunday. That's 2 prediction shows coming up this week. Not only are we having 2 prediction shows, we're also going to have 2 days.
What other pay-per-view?
Payback is Saturday and AEW All Out is on Sunday.
God damn. They doing another pay-per-view next week?
Correct. AEW All Out next Sunday.
In Chicago.
Now, that's 2 prediction shows and 2 days with no polls in the chat.
Well, let me just say this real fast. You cut me off. All right. It's the UK. Okay, so having fans go there and going back there, that's expected to happen, right? They're going to do that. But you got to – the show is phenomenal. And because crowds make, whether you like it or admit it or not, they can take over a show, but crowds make a show.
Correct.
The scenery in the crowd helped propel the show to being so good. It really did. And as you said, executive consultant, there really wasn't a bad match the entire night. Yeah, you can do without some stuff. There's some stuff was messed up. But I say find me any wrestling show that doesn't make botches or have mad mistakes. I thought the the match card was good. I thought the pacing of every match was good. I thought the little things they did was great. I just totally overall enjoyed AEW.
Shout out to Chris Jericho singing Judas on his way out. Somebody said that he needed the crowd to help him sing because he really can't sing. But it was really, really good.
Unless you're Steven Tyler, can't no rock and roll star sing.
It was a good show.
I thought it was a great show.
I knew it was going to be a good show. I said
it was a great show for all fans of wrestling, just because of what we had went through on Thursday with Bray Wyatt. But even if that wasn't a thing, but we did need something to lift our spirits up, and I think that they put on a great show. I think it was a great show, top to bottom. There wasn't anything that I thought like, I could have did without. I thought everything was pretty solidified.
Tag titles.
Oh God, the Ring of Honor tag titles.
Payback is in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania next Saturday. Chicago, Illinois.
I thought it was no, it's not. It's in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
It's
in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
No, Payback is in
Payback pay-per-view is in Hershey.
Hershey.
Okay, why don't I even fucking question you? I'm sorry, my bad. Almighty one.
It's not Almighty one. I just know SmackDown's in Hershey. Payback's in Pittsburgh. I know because my roommate is actually going to Pittsburgh, and he tried to get me to go, and I said no, I can't go. I can't fade that. But then my other friend was like, "Would you rather go to All Out in Chicago, or would you rather go to Payback in Pittsburgh?" Do you know which one I picked, Mike?
All Out.
I picked All Out in Chicago. I would rather go All Out in Chicago, only because I want to go to Chicago. I like Chicago.
Well, okay. Before we go, do you think more AEW goes to England, the same country, would kill the high of seeing them constantly? Yeah, I agree. Puerto Rico. I think that Puerto Rico is a bigger wrestling country than England is.
I don't think Puerto Rico is a country at all.
Well,
Mike, where's your sound? Mike, where's your sound?
Territory. I'm sorry. They love.
No, I don't think they're bigger than the UK. I don't think they're bigger than the UK.
I think so.
UK watches fucking like horny shit and get hyped about it.
They watch bare knuckle fighting. Like come on,
smack competitions.
Oh my god. Can I just say, Ron, fuck you. All right, I don't even say that. Ron, fuck you. Okay, right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for stopping by. This review took a little bit longer than I had anticipated. I'm sure. I know you have a show.
Actually, I don't, because the damn weather then fucked it up. So no, we're going to do it Thursday.
Is it raining now?
No, it's just that the news is still. It Costa came on at 9:00. It's 9:36, and Big Brother's still on TV.
Because of the weather and stuff. It's also going to turn into a hurricane because I don't want to stay at the hotel.
Yeah. It does. It hurts in that. But no, but that's just, anybody. You got a belt right here? I'm serious. I really did love this pay-per-view.
I'm going to go with 4 out of 5 Kenny Omega AEW title reigns, because I think that that's probably one of the best title reigns that AEW has had since its inception. And this is one of the better shows that I can say top to bottom that I enjoyed it. I don't have a single knock on it. It's sort of like Omega's title run.
Shit, I'm going to go with you. I'm going to give it 4.5 Kenny Omega title runs. I thought it was next to perfect for a pay-per-view, especially from the caliber of someone like AEW, who typically does not put storylines. It's just all about wrestling. Sometimes they pay-per-views, I walk away like, oh, it was great wrestling, but what's next?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought tonight delivered in the what's next category. I was really extreme. Like I said, like I repeated, outside of the bloodline from SummerSlam, I enjoyed this pay-per-view more.
Yes, sir. EC, your thoughts? Probably going to give it 3 bathroom breaks.
No. I'm going to give it.
And a grind.
I'm going to give it 4 Godfather Intercontinental title runs.
Jesus, leave it legally. Listen, everybody. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. We will have the Bray Wyatt tribute. Me and Mike will be on there at 6 p.m. talking, remembering, reminiscing on the mastermind that was Bray Wyatt. Did I say Bray Young?
That's because it's 10 o'clock at night, damn near. It's past my bedtime.
So just make sure you guys stop by 6 p.m. Don't miss it. For Mr. Mike Knox, for the executive consultant, I am Zia Silent. We will catch all of you guys tomorrow. Peace.
I can rate the show.